Some people don't think their arguments through to their logical conclusion. If you believe that Ananta should be sued by Insomniac Games because their swinging animations are similar, then I'm afraid you have no idea what it is you're actually asking for. You are trying to argue that Insomniac has ownership over how a character gets to move after swinging from a pendulum. And if you don't see the problem with saying that, then we are cooked. Nobody is allowed to own an idea unless they decided to patent it. And even then, the patent only protects if it's identical. If somebody does a similar-ish job, but it's slightly different, doesn't matter how slight, that protection no longer applies. This is why Palworld can still exist, just by changing how you summon creatures, and that's it. And if for some reason you are of the opinion that this is somehow related to the Insomniac hack, then you've definitely lost the plot. Ananta used to go by the name of Project Mugen, which had its reveal trailer come out in August of 2023. That's 4 months before the Insomniac hack, and they already had swinging available in the game. I just don't know how we got here, but I'll say it for the people in the back. If you want to call Ananta lazy or creatively bankrupt, that's fine, but it's not grounds for a lawsuit. People are allowed to copy ideas. You can dislike the execution, but it doesn't mean it's not its own product. Now, personally, I think this game has a lot bigger issues going on for it, that I think it's a miracle that it manages to come out and is somewhat coherent and doesn't get stale after a few minutes. But that all still remains to be seen, and that plus its performance and monetization I think are way more important things to talk about than it looking similar to another game. Trying to argue that a company gets to own how a character moves or how a mechanic is done is just a slippery slope to just saying that companies get to own entire segments of what make a game what it is. Imagine if no game could have jumping in it because Mario did it first. Crazy, right? Well, Shigeru Miyamoto did think about doing it, but thankfully he realized it couldn't be patented. Or how about how this happened with the Nemesis system in Shadow of War, a mechanic that is now in limbo, never to be used again, unless given specific permission from Warner Brothers to be able to use it again. And this is what people are saying companies should be able to do with broader, more vague mechanics, just because another game that was more popular did it first. GTA does not own character switching, Batman does not own free flow combat, I mean, fuck, Spider-Man has it for God's sakes, and Insomniac doesn't own how a character gets to swing. And this is why I believe that